The Nasdaq market, when it comes down to TQQQ, only moved up 1.3% on the day, yet I walked away with a little bit over 2% in the green. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. I think this is one of the most beautiful things about day trading is that, again, it almost doesn't even matter because at one point the Nasdaq market pulled on back and actually went into the red. And at that point, I was already fully out of my position of TQQQ, right? A lot of people like to ask, how did you make money when the NASDAQ market was red, yet you ended up green on TQQQ? Remember, you only end up the same way the market ends up is if you carry and hold that position. It's not very complicated to understand, right? This is why we talk about, there were so many signs that we were struggling to break above the $36 price point. Now you might be saying, well, Ricky, look, we're at 36.14 after market hours. I should have just held. If that's how you want to trade and leave it up to chance, right? Of course, at the end of the day, you're an adult. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. My criteria that I like to focus on is very simple. It's almost to the point where it's boring, right? And I get that. But I need to keep it simple because I need to do this day in and day out, right? Every day the market presents new challenges. But again, my job is to try to identify if my criteria is being met. And if I have an open position and I entered, right, just like I explained in today's earlier video, when the market was actually indicating signs of an uptrend, I went in for my re-entry. TQQQ was pushing up. We then hit highs of around $36. We began to consolidate, and nearly for about 2 to 3 hours, we really struggled to hold above $36, right? We pushed up, we got rejected. We pushed up, we got rejected. We pushed up, we got rejected. We pushed up, 36, got rejected, got rejected, got rejected, got rejected. This is nothing but time to support the case that NASDAQ has a resistance and we are struggling to show progress beyond that price point. It's not rocket science. It literally comes down to, as a day trader, are you disciplined enough to accept when there is no more progress on that trade? Because remember, any open position with no signs of progress is a position that is open to risk. How many times have you held a position because you think or you want it to do something that it's not, and you go from a green trade to a red trade? I can almost reassure you, I've done it more times than you. So if you think that I'm here gloating because I walked away with $11,401 today, no, I'm very grateful for the money I made today, but it's because I've been able to learn from my mistakes, right? I've been able to make enough of those mistakes that it hasn't made me a perfect trader by any means. I still make those mistakes almost on a regular basis, right? But when I do make them, I try to correct it as quick as possible. And that's all I would ever hope for all of you guys, right? Is making sure that you don't put yourself in a position that you know you've experienced before, but yet you're so, I would say, stubborn to learn from it. And I feel like that is one of the biggest reasons day traders fail. And it's because their inability to accept and to learn from their mistake. And let me know in the comment section, right? This is not to call anyone out because I have been that and I have seasons where I am that, right? I made a video over the weekend talking about, people think that when you gain experience in the market that you're never going to make the same mistake again. And at least for me, that is not the case, buddy. These mistakes, these ruts, these trading ruts, these like bad seasons, they come almost on a weekly basis, right? They come and go. Sometimes I'm on a very consistent green streak, but sometimes I'm really not working well with the market. But that's why we size down. We choose to be a little bit more selective and focus a little bit more on that risk management, right? There's steps that we take that I would say I adapt a little bit quicker. But trust me, I make those mistakes just as much and have made them even more than probably most of you guys, right? But overall, very grateful for the way that today played out. I want to remind you, right? Today's earlier video was, I'm getting ready to buy everything. That was the title and that was a thumbnail. But if you watch the video, it's very simple to understand that I make it very clear that I will not buy TQQQ and I will not enter a swing trade until we actually begin to indicate signs of an uptrend, progress above this 1 hour EMA, which we have not, right? We're testing it. We're getting really close. But based off of previous lows, yes, we're oversold, but we have no confirmation of progress on the upside. There's a big difference of day trading TQQQ and swing trading TQQQ. For me, I need more true confirmation on these larger time frames that direction is actually favorable. And as of right now, I just don't have that, right? I'm waiting for more of these higher highs and higher lows. And once I get that confirmation, then yes, I would like to ease into my position for my swing trade. Until then, I'm going to stay patient. And if the market sells off tomorrow, then I could even consider shorting it, right? My idea of what I'm preparing to do will not be set in stone if the market never gets that confirmation. And that is the biggest difference, right? It's good to have an idea, a plan of action if something happens, but to be able to adapt accordingly if the market direction changes, right? And that's exactly my intentions for tomorrow, to have a plan to go long if I get that confirmation. But if we begin to sell off, to not hesitate to short the market if direction is favorable for the bears. And again, tomorrow when it comes down to the overall economic reports that are set to be released, we have a series of, FHFA housing price index that's going to be released 30 minutes before the market opens. S&P Case Schiller home price index. We have consumer confidence and new home sales that are going to be released shortly after the market opens. And we will catch these two during tomorrow's live trading session. So I would love to see you guys there. Again, 11.4K on the day. This is following my green day on Friday. That was a little bit over $35,000. I've been doing pretty well for the past couple of days. I want to continue this momentum. But again, if I catch myself being a little bit too stubborn, if I catch myself not working well with the market, what do? Size down, make sure that I stay more selective for my criteria to be met, and then focus on my risk management to keep those losses as small as possible. Because again, there's no such thing as perfection, only trying to implement signs and show signs of progress. So I appreciate your time. Hope that we're in a thumbs up. Hope to see you for tomorrow's live trading session. Again, that is going to be that second link in the description down below. It's $175 off. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access. And yes, that is to be able to watch me trade live every single day. Appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.